what is important is learning how to step back, to take a pause. I know with certainty that you are more than enough. You have the power, you have the control at any moment in time to raise your hand in the air and ask to get off, to surrender and to trust. You have that power, that you have the choice. So what do you choose? Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Power in the Pause podcast. How are you guys doing today? Oh, I hope that you are having a beautiful day wherever it is that you are tuning in from. And if you would do me a huge favor and leave a 5-star rating and review for this podcast so that more people can listen, tune in, and find us. And if you would also hit that subscribe button so that you do not miss a single episode that comes out every single week. So today's podcast is a solo episode, and it's one that I have spoken about in other areas of my business, and it's something that feels really top of mind for me right now. And as a result, I wanted to come in and talk to you guys about it today. And that ties back to a theme around that you are not your results. And I'm coming off of being at a 4-day business event where this kept ringing in my head the whole time I was there. And there was definitely many a time in my life where I used to think to myself, but yes, I am. I am my results. And I wonder how many of you are thinking the same thing. How many of you think that your results define you, what you've done, what you've accomplished, that those all ladder up to who it is that you are? And if your results aren't that, then what are they? And I'm curious if you're somebody who, like me, and like many of my clients, struggle with feeling not enough. And I know that so many of us struggle with this internally. And here's my theory why. I think it's because we live in this world where everything is about outcomes, everything is about results, right? And we're either rewarded or punished, right? We see this polarity that's associated with our outcomes. And we associate rewards as a form of praise or money or admiration or love, versus punishment will come to us in the form of judgment, maybe rejection, isolation. Let me ask you a question. Are you somebody who grew up and when you got a good grade, you got something from your parents? Even if it was a pat on the back, even if it was something saying congratulations. I don't know about you, but I did. And I learned very young that I get rewards when I come home with big results. And so I became accustomed to striving for bigger accomplishments and always overachieving, overgiving, because I wanted that external validation. I wanted to be recognized. I wanted so badly to be seen. How many of you can relate to that story? How many of you would say that that version of you is a high achiever like me? Well, here's a truth bomb I'm going to drop on you right now. And here's what I've learned the hard way. It's kind of funny about the word I just used and what I'm about to say. And that is that working hard doesn't always translate to success. I busted my ass in corporate for 20 years and still couldn't get over a threshold. I busted my ass when I started out as an entrepreneur to build my first business. And it took a while for me to start making money. How many of you have done the same thing where you bust your ass? And I remember so many times, because I worked in ad sales and marketing in corporate, that my whole identity, my success was tied to a number, my whole freaking career. I remember I closed $1 million upfront with a brand new beauty client that I brought in from my past company. And I remember the head of sales saying to me, well, why wasn't it for double the amount I brought it in for? And to me, what that said was I failed. So I started learning, or rather, I should say, assuming that my results are proof of my worth, proof of my success. The hard work we put in confirms that you're valuable, that I didn't do it for nothing, right? I was invested in those outcomes, right? But what I've learned is that your results are not who you are, right? My client could exercise a cancellation clause on that up front, right? Or if you're somebody who, you double down on, let's say, you try to lose weight by working out and eating healthy, but then all of a sudden the weight comes back on because you're just tired, you're exhausted, right? And then all of a sudden we berate ourselves, right? And that comes with identifying ourselves with our results. And in that, we're limiting what it is that we are so capable of. I don't know about you guys, but being in my late 40s now, I don't exercise to just lose weight. I do it because of how it makes me feel. I build businesses because I am here to change lives. I am here to make an impact. I am here to hold up a mirror to my clients, to show them what it is that I see as possible for them, and it is not their outcome. If we base our worth on our results, does that mean that you're not worthy? Many of you know I'm divorced. And for a long time, I based my worth on the results of my marriage. And I did. I walked around for some time going, man, I am not worthy of being loved. But I've learned that I am, right? So I hope that today's episode invites you to detach, uncouple your worth from your outcomes and to release that attachment. Throw it away, throw it in the ocean. Because if you don't, you're staying in a cycle of feeling like you need to be more, you need to do more, you need to achieve more. Oh my God, it's exhausting. Do you see where I'm going with this right now? And if you continue to bust your ass and work harder, you think you will be greater than your results, right? You think you'll be greater than the body you've sculpted. What I've learned is that results are not good or bad, right or wrong. They're actually neutral. And because of that, you are always greater than your results. And you get to start separating yourself from what happens to you and allow it to be something that happens for you, right? I've been laid off and I am smart. I'm intelligent. I have built multi-million-dollar regions. I built a 7-figure business for myself and I've been laid off. And guess what else? I got divorced. I had failed relationships after that. I've also lost my mom. Okay, being a good person does not mean that only good things happen to you, right? What is important is learning how to step back, to take a pause and try to observe as an outsider, right? What would you say to a friend going through whatever it is that you're going through, right? Isn't it, I find this so interesting. Isn't it so interesting how when it isn't happening to us, we can be detached and super positive for everyone else. But yet when we're the ones going through it, we become so mean to ourselves, so judgmental. And we do it endlessly. I do it all the time. And I'm here to tell you that you are human. You are here to learn from your mistakes. Because how else are you going to succeed? I invite you to start shifting your mindset around this today, to start paying attention to how you talk to yourself, to the stories that you choose to believe and that you keep telling yourself, because you're only putting limits on yourself, right? Love everything about who you are. The only moment that exists is now. And there's so much more to live and to learn and to discover every single day, right? You are enough exactly as you are. And all you can truly measure yourself against, right? What you truly have control over is the effort that you're choosing to put in, right? And I know with certainty that you are more than enough. So I'm going to invite you to stop playing the comparison game, to stop comparing yourself to the person you wish you could be or to somebody else that you idolize, to stop comparing yourself to what you think other people have. Social media is evil in that way. People post what they want you to see. They want you to believe that they have everything. Well, let me tell you, as the woman who got divorced, everyone was shocked when we got divorced, but if I had really posted what was going on behind closed doors, no one would have been overly surprised. I know that so many of us also feel like we're on a ride that we didn't ask to be on, or it is different than what you anticipated. So you're on it, okay? And you have the choice to get off at any time. You have the power, you have the control at any moment in time to raise your hand in the air and ask to get off, to surrender and to trust that you have that power, that you have the choice. So what do you choose? Do you choose to separate your value from your results? You are enough. And I hope that today's episode inspired each and every one of you to find your power in who you be and to disconnect that from your results and the outcomes that you have in your life. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's episode. As you know, with every episode, my goal is to inspire you to see your own power in the pause. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to follow me across social media, Wendy Paige Sterling, sending you so much love and light always. Mwah. Bye, everybody.